analytical module categories, when I do show and I check this area and I do apply, it provides this kind of analytics in the element for me so that I can put my load and analyze my structure. So that's the analytical module category. Hello everyone, I always welcome you to the course. My name is Jan Sasui and the name of my channel is Infinity Board Console. Please subscribe for update videos. Hello, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of our Rivet tutorial lesson. This is from Infinity Board Consult, providing you with episode of tutorials. So guys, on today's tutorials, we are going to learn, or we are going to explore something new in Revit, which is called Visibility Graphics. So Visibility Graphics can be found at the Properties section, not the Project Browser. So we have a series of elements here, or a series of tools here. But when you check under the Graphics area, we have something we call Visibility Graphics. So let me expand and you see how it works. So this is what visibility or a graphics override. So this is what we are going to work on it. And under the visibility graphics, we have the edit. So when I click on the edit area, we have this menu here which pops up anytime we click on the edit type. So what the visibility graphics does is what it controls everything at the working area. So the visibility graphics did what controls what everything within this area, as you can see. So it's very key in Revit. So in case I'm doing just an example to show you how it works, so under the annotation area, Revit has been categorized in what model categories, annotation categories. So annotation categories can be like grid lines. So when I have my grid here and I just uncheck this and I click on apply and I do OK, so I don't have grid line in this. So let me go back to the visibility graphics at the edit type and let's work with the levels. So I uncheck my levels here and I do apply. Immediately I do that, my level is gone out from my working area. So as we said, the visibility graphics deals with what everything at the working area, and it controls everything at the working area also. So we are going to explore a whole lot about this visibility graphics today. So what Revit has provided for us, Revit contains a lot of stuffs in which we have the architecture stuff, we have the structure stuff, and we have the MEP guys. So under the filter list, when you click on this short arrow, you see architecture, structural, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. So in case you are familiar or this is your profession or your career, you have to check in with the structure area, and also you can check in all. And when you check in all, it shows everything about your firm or about your aspect. So we are just using the architecture for now, then later we go to the other ones. So let me explain how it works. I already explained that the visibility graphics is what it's about the model categories. So model categories are elements such as walls, roof, and also column bases. So the building tools in which we use in our model are called model categories. So we model our drawings or our building in the form of a model. So that's why we have model categories. So when I come to the model categories, and it contains a whole lot for structure element and architecture element. So you can see window, you can see wall, you can see the topographics, we can also see the staircase and also the site the roofs, the road. So a whole lot of stuffs are here. So under the annotation category also contains what area tags. We have the elevation tags, door tags, and also we have floor tags, generic tags, a whole lot of tags. Okay, then the next one is what you can also explore by opening the Visibilitygraphics to check a whole lot for yourself. So we also have the Analytical Module category, in which normally works for the structural engineers. So with the Analytical Module categories, when I do show and I check this area and I do apply, it provides this kind of analytics in the element for me, so that I can put my load and analyze my structure. So that's the Analytical Module categories. And after that, we have imported categories. Also, imported category deals with what CAD format and also PDFs and various drawings. So we are going to insert a CAD file in our Revit, and then you see it will pop up here. So under the imported categories, you can also override with your lines and set up lines here, the lines in which you want here. And also we have the halftone, in which gives you your model in a halftone manner, or the file that you've insert, you can halftone it. Another word for halftone is what, like by underlaying your file under something, so halftoning the model. So that's halftone. So we also have filter, and the filter does what, filtrate things that you don't need in your working area. So you are also going to explore how the filter works in our model. So before that, let's do 1 and 2 stuffs here. So I'm trying to remove my column basis form and see how it works in the Visibilitygraphics. So I click on my edit type, it pops up the Visibilitygraphics for me. So I'll just have to search for my column foundation and I do apply it here and do OK. So immediately I does that, the column basis will be out from my area. Also, it also works in the view plans or our structure plans or our view plans. So here we also have a shortcut for the Visibilitygraphics, in which you can use VN, which opens the Visibilitygraphics for you. Another shortcut in which I can guide you is VN. Okay, so you can also set your own key shortcuts from here under the options area. Then you come to the user interface. Under the user interface, you can do your shortcuts here, customize your shortcuts here. So you can also search VN, in which we have it here as the. So when I click on the keyboard shortcut, it opens it for me. So the Visibilitygraphics contains what, 2 commands. So you can also set up your new command here by adding more. So this is how the shortcut key works in Revit. Okay, so as I said, in the working area or in the structure plan, the Visibilitygraphics also work at this side. So when I come to my edit type here, I can also search for my structure foundation and uncheck it and do apply. So my structural foundation or my column basis is out. I can do undo. So another thing that I'm going to show you here, which the VNG does, or the graphics override does, is when you click on this node, it pops up and show you a lot of stuff in which the structure foundation contains. So you know, in working area we normally show our drawings in what, in hidden lines and other stuff. So in case you are putting a structural beam, you also have these types of structural beams in your model: the girders, the purlins, and the kicker bracing and the joist. So you know this. So this is how the model category works. So when I check the structural, it also add more structural element in the mechanical area and the lighting area and the pumping area. So it add a lot of stuff to my Visibilitygraphics. So in case you are an electrician and you are working with a Revit, this is how I can explain it to you. So you can check in your pipe fittings, your pipe accessories, and pipe placeholders here. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to work on is the annotation categories. So in case you don't understand anything which I've explained later, kindly put it at the comment section box and I promise to reply you back. So under the annotation categories, we also have series building frame elements. So I'm going to hide what my elevation from the structure plan. Whilst I don't have levels in my structure plan here, I'll look for elevations. So elevation, I have to go to E. I have to go to E and uncheck my, so after unchecking my elevation, I can see my levels or my elevation has been lost. I can also, under the working area, I can also see my elevation which I just hide by using this bulb to see my elevation in which I just hide. So this is a few tips I'm giving you in Revit. So you know how the model category works and you know how the annotation category works, and I've also explained how the analytical module works, in which I said it helps the structure engineers to analyze their structure by using analytic lengths, analytic node, analytic spacing, analytic surface, and a whole lot. So you can also explore more and also adding the structure nodes from here. So the next thing we are going to explain is how to import categories here. So before you can insert or before you can use the imported category, unless you insert a file. So I'm going to insert so that we see what happens. So I'll come to the insert area. Under the insert area, I'll come to manage links, and also I'll come to manage links. Under the manage links, we have a series of elements in which you can import into your Revit. So we have the Revit file, IIFC file, the CAD format. So we are going to use the CAD format area and come to add. Under add, it will pop up this link CAD format for us. So we browse through where our files are. So in case you want this CAD file, kindly comment at the section board. I'm going to provide you with this CAD file. But before that, CAD file doesn't work like how structural floor plans, in which we have series of level. CAD file is a form of 2D element in which everything is drawn at one side. So before then, we have to open our CAD file and also do one or two stuffs about our CAD file. So whilst I'm opening my CAD file, we move on to how to insert a Revit file. So it seems the CAD element is okay now, has opened. So I'll just have to open my template in which we were working with. So we are working on Visibilitygraphics. So I'll set my file types to DWG and I'll do open. So guys, I'm teaching you a whole lot today. So this is how we insert a CAD file into a Revit file, but we are working on visibility graphics. So I will just select this file and also do WB. So under the WB, which means right block, and I'll just click on this area and also browse through where I want to save my file. So this one will be my ground floor. Sorry. My ground floor, and I'll just have to do save and do OK. So after that, I don't need this file again. So now back to how to get the imported category. We are still on the visibility graphics, so we are seeing how to find your files here under the visibility graphics. So I'll come to manage link as we did first, manage link, and I'll come to insert and come to add. Under add, I'll just click on this ground floor. So I have a few options here: the current view, and also do I want to preserve my colors or I want to have black and white, and the position in which I can choose center to center and also do open. Okay, so our CAD file has been imported into our Revit file. So I just do OK from here. So after inserting, now I'll come back to my graphics override, or by using the shortcut of VIN, which opens and pop-ups for me. So now I can see what I just imported here, in which was the ground floor, and I have the series of layers in which talks about the depth points, the grid lines, and also I can manipulate anything here. If I check in the grid lines, if I check in let's say the walls and do apply, it immediately take away the grid lines from the imported file I brought here. Okay, also the last thing we are going to do, or the next thing that we are going to do, is how to insert a Revit file into our visibility graphics. So I'll come to manage links again, and under the Revit area, I just have to do add. Under add, I'll browse through where my sample file is, and I'll just have to click on my Revit file in which I want to import into my file. So I'll do OK from here, and I'll do another OK. So this is the Revit file we just inserted in our file. So we are still on the visibility graphics. So after inserting the Revit, you can see there has been addition file or addition tabs in our visibility graphics or graphics override. So with the Revit links, you can also manipulate how it works here. So we have the by host, and also have by linked, and also we have by customs. So by host is governed by what Revit came with it, or what the links came with it, and by linked you can also manipulate it here. So we are in a 3D, so you can change anything that you want. And with the custom area, when you click on the custom area, you can come to model categories, in which helps you to customize what you want to see in your working area. So after we've managed to know 2 or 3 things on how the visibility graphics works, let me just take away these 2 elements from our Revit file. So a recap on what we've learned today: we talked about the model categories, we talked about the annotation categories, and also the analytical module categories, the imported categories. So the last thing we are going to treat today under the visibility graphics is what the filter. So when I come to the filter here, this is how the filter looks like. But before that, let me use this thing to explain what filter means. Filter means filtrating something that you don't need, in normal scientific term or in normal terms in which you use. So let me select these whole stuffs. After selecting these whole stuffs, Revit gives me an options, and we have a funnel here in which I have to filtrate what I don't want. So when I click on this filter, it gives me all the things in which what I have selected. So I can do check none, I can do check all, I can do check none. So in case I just want floor, I want to select a floor only, I just have to check floor and do OK. So immediately it will give me the selected floors in my model. So that's how filter works. So you are going to do 1 or 2 steps with the filter here, and you can know more about it. I think we have to remove our analytical steps from, so that we see how our model looks like. So I have a column here in which has a length of, which the size is what, 150 by 300, and we also have 300 by 300. So in case in my 3D area I don't want to see this column here, anytime I come to the 3D without even hiding this column, I can just use my filter command. So let's move on. Command vim opens the graphics override for us. So I'll come to filter. Under the filter area, I'll just have to come to add. Under add, I'll come to new, and under new, I'll just have to come to here, which talks about the new filter, and I'll do, let's see, what do I want to filter? I want to filter columns. So I want to filter column. Under column, then I'll browse through my filter list. So what do I want to filter? I want to filter column, so I'll search for structural column, and what size, and also under the structural column I'll search the type. So I'll set the type name. Under the type name, this one I'll set it to equal to 300 by 300. So I'll do OK, and I'll select the column like this for me, and I'll do OK. So you can see nothing changes. So when I come back to the graphics override, under the filter area, the visibility, I'll just do check, and all the 300 by 300 columns is gone, and it's left with what, the 300 by 200. So this is how the visibility graphics or the graphics override works in Revit. By using a filter. You can also bring it back again here. So guys, this is what I have for you here. If are not part of the family, kindly hit on the subscription button and get notified anytime we release a video. This tutorials is for you working on Revit and be like a pro. Thank you. Peace. Bye.